All the haters can suck our big green dildo. Welcome back to the channel. It is popcorn time. All right, we're gonna have a little bit of fun on this video and give the haters something else to squawk about. People are worried. There's all this FUD going on. There's all this nonsense in the mainstream media. If you really love AMC that much, buy APE with your $20. And why I continue to buy even on the dips in the $30 range. Despite all of the retail people running like panicked little kids out of APE, stopping by AMC and buying popcorn or buying overpriced candy just to help the company out. It was my feeling that Wall Street would view the economic value of an AMC share and an APE share as being equal. There is clearly out of the gate on day 1, 2, and 3 a little bit of extra selling pressure on APE because people are worried. There's all this FUD going on. There's all this nonsense in the mainstream media, and there are people leaving APE to go to AMC. This is going to create a temporary distortion in the price. I think APE is up about 18%, while AMC has been trending down. And that is despite all of the retail people running like panicked little kids out of APE. I have only bought APE this week. I'm of course still holding all of my AMC. I'm holding all the APE distribution that I got on August 22nd. And I have added to my position on APE, both on Monday at $5.80 and this morning. The good news is all of that BS doesn't matter. This is why I've been in AMC as a stockholder since $9 and why I continue to buy even on the dips in the $30 range. Telling people to buy AMC at 50, 60, 70 bucks. So I take no blame for that. When I started my channel, I was so mad at Trey and Matt for telling people to buy as it's running 50, 60, 70 bucks. As I'm selling my call options and pocketing a boatload of cash. Of course, all of the people that were covering AMC and GameStop since the beginning of this year watched Trey and Matt build up their channels, and I appreciate all of their efforts and every single YouTuber's efforts that has been covering it throughout this year. But the reason that I started YouTubing, I'm sitting here day trading every day anyways, and with the exception of the couple guys that I mentioned and a few other really good ones, there became a proliferation of a lot of clickbait and bad information on YouTube. We all make mistakes, guys. I've made plenty of trading mistakes, but one thing I've been very consistent in saying, and I strongly believe this, is you don't fucking day trade AMC and GameStop. We cover other plays every single day of the week. I'm a day trading channel that's biased towards also covering AMC. It is one of the content-wise and time, my free time making content for videos is 90% AMC. We don't need all that crap. We own the float. The short interest is increasing again, and things are looking really positive going forward. So if you're looking for just one more channel to watch, to get the facts, the real stuff, well, then you know what you got to do. Buy and hold that subscribe button and drop a like on the video. Hey y'all, Tony Denaro here. Welcome back to the channel. It is popcorn time. All right, we're gonna have a little bit of fun on this video and give the haters something else to squawk about. I have seen a bunch of you guys on Twitter over the last year and even in the last few weeks now that the APE dividend is out, the ticker APE, still talking about doing a fundraiser for AMC to pay off that $5 billion in debt. And I also have heard people on space calls talking about doing things like stopping by AMC and buying popcorn or buying overpriced candy just to help the company out, because that definitely does go to the bottom line. The markup on these products is high. I went and bought all 3 of these today, 20 bucks. $20. Overpriced popcorn and candy. If you really love AMC that much, buy APE with your $20. Buy 4 shares. You could buy 4 shares of APE for $20. And yes, you're not going to get a full belly full of salt, sugar, and carbs, but you are going to have some economic utility in your investment account. Now, maybe that APE is going to go up and maybe it's going to go down.
On the 12th, he tells his followers, for some reason with account available to him through supernatural clairvoyance or otherwise, that everyone in the US received their APE shares, again disparaging any idea of a MOAS despite posting about it for a year, as if distancing himself from the failed event.
All throughout this effort, I've always been candid. I've always tried to keep my word to our shareholders. Always. I promised only a few months ago that we would be bold. And to that end, a few months ago, I promised that at the right time, we would pounce. Well, today, we pounced.
What I want to know, CEO Adam Aron, who I think, by the way, is doing a fantastic job. I say that over and over. CEO Adam is doing a great job. A big run up on August 4th when the pounce happens, or whatever date Adam Aron announces that. And we'll talk more about that again in a few minutes. And I would love to see them short it some more leading into August 4th, drive that short interest up and load the spring, and then Adam Aron drop a bomb on them. Notice that they're still keeping the short interest high on GameStop. Why is that? Because there's no pounce coming on GameStop. Now, if you're a GameStop elitist, I use that word lovingly, in our opinions, and at the end of the day, we all have the same goal: supporting this company, supporting this CEO. If you're only GameStop, GameStop is your one and only. You might not like what I'm going to say, but GameStop is in a little bit weaker position because there are some things happening in the movie industry we're going to talk about in a few minutes. Maybe we just all need to get together and buy HYMC the day before the quarter ends and bump the price up. That will affect AMC's earnings per share. Squeeze catalyst would be. So that is the reason. The unpredictability of this play is the reason that I have continued to hold. I mean, you can always do what you want, Birdman. No one's going to judge you. You got to do what is right for you. For me personally, I'm not telling anyone what to do. For me personally, have March 21, think you can time it, then one of those, and I'm okay holding it. But if you think you can time it, then that's certainly your choice. I'm doing that on GameStop, but my conviction on GameStop is not as solid as it is on AMC. So that was my personal choice, a choice I made about a month ago to change it up on GameStop.
Let's go. Yeah. I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet.
Hey guys, Tony Denaro here with KC Shaw. How's everybody doing? We just got through here in Dallas watching the Elvis premiere with Adam Aron hosting the event. KC, do you have anything you want to say about the movie?
The movie was really good. I had no idea that Elvis's middle name was Aaron, believe it or not, of all things. And also I had a chance to ask, I asked him if he would talk to Hawk Koch, whether or not we could get a chance to interview him and talk about some of his movie pitches.
The movie was fantastic. It is a long movie, 3 hours long, so don't drink too much before you go inside. I know a lot of you guys were wanting to know the question that we were waiting to ask. The reason we drove all the way up here from Austin to ask Adam Aron about the synthetics. Friday. Might be today, might be tonight. I hope not tonight. We're going to watch a movie in an hour. I said if he's born in the theater, I'm going to name him Adam. Or maybe Rocky. That would be kind of cool. Is coming out of the woodwork lately crying about APE, pretty revealing that they either are uneducated, unwilling to read, unwilling to understand, or they are, being paid by somebody to convince you to sell. Send them my way. Just say worst case scenario. Adam Aron has 484 million APE in his back pocket. Now on Monday, he wanted to sell them for $11 a share, if that's what it's trading at. Right now, he's got what? $1 billion of cash in the bank, more or less. Plenty of cash. But let's just say he wanted to dilute on Monday. What would he do with that most likely? Pay off all the debt so that albatross is around his neck. You do the math, 484 million times $11 in preferred shares into 1 billion apes, and he's going to have 484 million golden tickets in his back pocket to scare the crap out of shorts. What's the major bearish argument that has always been lobbed at AMC, Massalorian?
Debt.
Now, what does Adam Aaron have is his little golden tickets in his back pocket, 484 million of them, which he doesn't have to use, but everybody knows he's got that swagger now. He got 484 million apes in his fucking back pocket.
Bullets. Yeah. Yep.
He got 484 apes in the back pocket and 2 big hanging balls in the front pocket. Suck my green dildo. We're gonna be so I don't want to say that we're gonna be so fucking rich. Oh, you fucking mouth breathers, suck a dick. Don't like me can suck a green dildo. It's not that I'm not on your side. I just don't like liars.
Yeah.
You got the swagger, guys. There is no more short thesis. This company is not going bankrupt. So could the play take longer than you expected now? If there's no major catalyst today, tomorrow, or next week? Yeah, it could take a lot longer. But you got to decide. You got to decide if you're in for that or not. Drink, get a beer and some food and knock around some balls for an hour. What I was saying is I think Mike and I, neither one of us cult leaders in GameStop worship Ryan Cohen. They would fucking lick his balls, Mike, if he offered them. I don't care about Ryan Cohen.
At the end of May, Franzetti came to bat for Adam Aaron once again, reiterating that he read the 900-page Daniel Meyer affidavit during a singular morning research session. He reminded everyone that he found nothing, but he took a jab at the important emails that implicated Aaron, calling them secret, like he once did with Robert's interview, to downplay their importance. Franzetti's guest is Mei Ling Lai, former employee of Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. Now a retired trader in her late 40s, Mei was rumored to be a bondholder of AMC that would benefit from the reverse stock split, like Franzetti, who admitted to investing in the arbitrage of APE and AMC's price difference. Therefore, the settlement would benefit him and some of his guests as well. They had at one point dangle the carrot to retail investors that hedge funds would have to close their short positions on APE in concert with the other influencers helping Aaron.
Word evidence was dropped on AMC's website, unredacted for the most part. Yeah. And I read through it that morning, and I quickly told folks that I had read through it, and I didn't, everything that I saw in those 900 pages, and I read through all of it. What I saw was that, in my opinion, and I want to hear from you, because you did a deep dive and posted it on Twitter today.
I went a little nuts, but you know what?
What I saw was that everything that Adam Aaron's been saying publicly was very congruent with the board meeting minutes and the secret emails. So tell us what you saw. Hit us with a couple bullet points in your brain that stood out to you that said this was not a plan to help the shorts. APE.
Oh, there's more than one email/memo that, provided you don't have a jargon issue, which apparently a lot of the shorts do, it says really clearly that they were doing the APE issuance in an effort to force a share count on the FTDs, to force the AMC folks to have to cover the AMC shorts to cover.
Where they were talking about, they saw a scenario where by issuing APE they could put pressure on shorts. I saw zero text in any of the board minutes or the emails that said we're doing this to help the shorts. It was quite the opposite.
No, it's totally the opposite.
If you can actually be bothered to go read the documents.
User by the name of Darth Vader exposed the true background of Anthony Franzetti, using a deleted LinkedIn profile as a personal computer specialist engineer, bridal advisor, and actor. Vader added Franzetti's recent name change after his rise in popularity as Tony Denaro, The extensive reveal unsurprisingly showed no financial experience in his past. Franzetti's response was typical and laden with the inability to answer Vader's handiwork, reverting to illogical arguments. Denaro had to shift the blame and divert it away from his contrived persona.
He is a AMC troll, someone who no longer believes in the AMC play, although he was a stockholder at one time, which is why we call him Vader. He went from the good side to the dark side. Why give a troll, someone who spends his day hating on AMC investors and AMC YouTubers, any publicity? So we're not sending anybody to his channel. That is why we use a different name for him.
The aforementioned Platinum Sparkles appears in a question and answer session with SEC Chairman Gary Gensler after her interview with the president of FTX, Brett Harrison, apparently having enough connections to speak to both of them while being a simple retail trader.
But thank you for taking these questions. So I'm one of the many retail investors from Reddit.
Fuck yeah!
It's true.
Hold my balls. Maxie down. Honey, we're gonna be rich. No dates. Mustard. No dates.
No date.
Gonna be rich. To the moon. Spies. Foolish. Discord's closed.
Bullish as fuck.
Bullish
Bullish
as
as
fuck.
fuck.
Rant sucks. Fuck you, Rico.
Is Morant still talking about GameStop, or is he just completely AMC now? Morant.
I don't know. I don't watch that channel.
Primarily a GME stock influencer, Morant's Rants is one of the few who mention the AMC influencers by name, with stinging, plausible indictments, citing the discrepancies in their character and their efforts to control the retail investors in AMC.
When I look at AMC and APE, AMC is down 85% year over year. That is an amazing number. You're looking at a conversion price of, if you were to convert APE and AMC, currently as the market cap stands, you're looking at around $2.71 a share is what AMC shares would be if they converted today. Adam Aaron went onto Trade's channel after being ghost on Twitter for a year and a half, finally tweeted and went and infiltrated the crowd that you guys all built.
Hey guys, Tony Denaro here. Let's talk AMC reverse stock split and why it is one horrible idea. Now, towards the end of this video, I'm going to give you the complete horror situation that a reverse stock split would lead us into. If a reverse split happens with AMC, sure enough, we're going to be asking, why did we do this? About reverse splits, are they always a bad thing? And possibly challenging some preconceived notions that you might have about reverse splits.
Franzetti's second video truly showed off his slick acting ability, but left room for descript interpretation, from his forced grin to concentrated eyes on the message set in front of him.
Exaggerating the impact and the downside of something like this because they didn't take the time to read the documents and understand exactly what is going on. And the same sort of misinformation has been put out by people within this community who rushed out videos or tweets without taking the proper time to understand what the APE unit is and what its potential is. To be fair, I don't blame anybody for getting it wrong. In the past 36 hours, we've had a team of dedicated investors, researchers looking into all of these documents and having deep discussions about both the pros and the cons of what this APE unit is and what it's going to mean to you, the investor. And we're going to wrap up talking about a 10-year short squeeze where the shorts lost.
Anthony Franzetti uploaded a video attempting to convince retail investors of the benefits of a 10-year stock squeeze, though not naming AMC specifically. With the timing of the lawsuit, the video implicitly attempts to persuade AMC stockholders to remain in their investment for up to 10 years. 3 days later, Franzetti distanced himself from the Moaz narrative he and the other Project Popcorn influencers helped to create, generate, and propagate to the public.
GameStop is in a little bit weaker position because there are some things happening in the movie industry we're going to talk about in a few minutes. If you're a GME elitist, I got no time for you. Let's call it GameStop Hathaway. I have GameStop and AMC both. There is no one stock, and you can be in both or you can be in one or the other. We can all still be friends. He's going to be well positioned with a cash holding company, carefully waiting to pounce at the right moment. That's cool with me. Take your time, Ryan. That was fun. I enjoyed last night until I got to that the sausage, anyways, to go with the bratwurst.
It's part of the Island Boys. What is that?
This channel, go back and suck your boyfriend's dick. About another $1,132 added to the position. I'm not really worried about the price. Anything in the 30s is gonna seem like a bargain when the squeeze happens. And on top of that, when it was down around 29 or 30 bucks, I was loading up then. So I'm just trying to do my part. 30 additional shares at $37 and change. I'm not worried about it one bit. And I hope you bought some today too. A partnership with GameStop, some surprise announcement from the SEC. I honestly don't know what it's going to be, but there's going to be a day where things take off that catch us completely by surprise. So every single AMC investor that is counting on this squeeze, we're also counting on each other to continue to hold and not to sell. And to the best of your ability, continue to accumulate at these price levels. That's what I've been doing for the past couple months, and I hope that's what you're doing too. For me, I think that at these prices, this will continue to be a bargain when the squeeze happens.
You really suck. And you suck less, and then one day you're decent at it, and then one day you're good. I can definitely say I've had really good teachers.
Tonight's studio shoot.
For me, the biggest thing is just do what you believe in. I think that if you are in AMC, you should definitely hold your shares and let's stay strong through this.
And keep on buying those shares. The stock's only...
Okay, yeah, they're drunk, right? Because Tony Denaro is always drunk. He's an alcoholic. He's a degenerate gambler. You'll see that in the next videos, but good God, listen to what he's about to say. He's a punk, he's a liar, he's a phony, he's a fake, he's a bitch, and I'm gonna say it right now.
Going to go up. The stock's only going to go up with buying pressure. And at least my opinion is if you bought back in February, March, April, May, and you're one of those people sitting tight on shares that cost $3 or $5, or even like when I got in, at $9, yes, hold those shares, but we need you to keep on buying also. We need all of the possible shares in the hands of apes. And if you think this squeeze is going to happen, if you really believe, like I do, and I know you do, Scarlett, that this squeeze is going to happen, $30, $35, $38 is a bargain compared to where this thing can go. And sitting back and waiting for someone else to come do the heavy lifting, or waiting for a whale to come in and drive the price up, that's just being lazy. So everybody needs to do their part, buy and hold and keep on buying. Would you agree?
I totally agree.
Well, I want to thank you, Scarlett, for coming in.
You heard that? Buy and hold, right? Buy and hold. Okay, Tony, we're gonna buy and hold. Let's keep going. Let's see, what else do I have on here to go? Let's see. You heard the man. He said buy and hold. Thanks, Tony. Thanks for the advice. Thanks for the excellent financial advice. Y'all better watch how cringe this guy is about to be.
Hang the gold ones, Scarlett. Can you make sure we get these hung today?
Yeah.
The brass balls, beat them on the table. That's some solid brass balls right there. Going to be hung on the new chair, hopefully by the end of the day today. We got to find what should we hang these with? A bungee cord, chain, rope,
Slip tie, the plastic slip tie.
maybe some. Well, this is kind of edgy, but I was thinking maybe a pair of G-string panties.
Oh my God.
What do you think? What did you say? What was a slip rope?
Slip knot.
A slip knot, yes, but what type of material should we hang them with?
Like regular rope is fine.
Regular rope. I like G-string panties.
The hell is wrong with this guy? Yo, if you had brass balls, if you really had brass balls, you wouldn't need brass balls over there. And you wouldn't have to bring your wife onto the stream and tell her to hold this. Like, do you even know how to talk to a woman? Do you even know how to treat a woman? Do you know how to respect your wife? What's it? Cradle robber, grave robber?
Come to Vegas to celebrate after MOS. That is assured, Stephen. Absolutely. Your shot and your chaser ready.
There you go. Getting the girl drunk again. And she's over there because she's young. She loves to party. And what? You provide the alcohol? Let's go. Trying to take advantage of people. I'm not going to say that. No. I retract that. No, I don't. Fuck you, Tony.
Happy birthday to Tony Denaro. Thank you for hanging out.
Happy birthday to Tony Denaro. Tony D's nuts in your mouth.
Stick around for after hours for a few minutes. And bottoms up, fuck you, hedgies.
Here you go. Another alcoholic thing. He can't do anything without alcohol. Every single live stream, he drinks every single day. And he's a day trader and he breaks down balance sheet and he lets you and he always buys on the dips, always sells on the rips at the top, buys at the bottom, sells at the top. That's Mr. Tony.
Pimp and hoe. All right, salute. Were they whitey tighty Calvins? No, they were black.
This dude always talking about underwear, taking shots, straight alcoholic, gambler. Let's continue on.
I'm sick because I'm on about my 4th dose of Tylenol today. Let's see if a little tequila helps, mediocre. You got a drink tonight?
I'm gonna grab a beer in a few minutes. I haven't grabbed one yet.
Yeah, grab you one when you get a chance. Maybe when we actually, why don't you do that while we're waiting for some folks to come in, and I'll kind of prep the audience on what we're going to talk about today.
Perfect. I'll do that.
So, guys, the plan is, as you guys know,
This dude said he took 4 Tylenols and it's not taking away his headache. You know why? Because your body needs alcohol. You degenerate alcoholic gambler. That's what you are, Tony. And you're mad because we are strong. We are strong-willed. We are strong-minded. And we can buy and hold. And we can take on anything. We can take a price drop from 488 to whatever it is right now. It went all the way down to 40. We've done it before, right? 483. Came all the way down to 40, back up 300 something, back down to 100, whatever it takes. We'll do whatever it takes, and we'll be here as long as it takes, unlike you.
Reddit that they're selling. They're not telling you on Reddit that they're taking their shares out. And someone commented, you know, I just don't believe any of the data, mediocre. I don't believe anything of what anybody says. And I'm like, well, why would you even be in the stock market? If you don't believe the SEC, you don't believe FINRA, you don't believe NYSE, you don't believe Computer Share, you don't believe Adam Aaron, you don't believe AMC, you don't believe anybody except Ryan Cohen. He's the only one that's pure as the driven snow, even though he fucked everybody in Bed Bath & Beyond. Sideways with the lollipop on you.
Of course, this fool would say that. Ryan Cohen said his views differed from the board and the direction that they wanted to go. So he sold and he got out of the position. That's it. End of story. There's no... And what the hell is a sideways with the lollipop? What is wrong with you, you sick and twisted person? You gonna do your disappearing trick, you punk? What the hell is that? Like, I just don't understand.
So even though he fucked everybody in Bed Bath & Beyond, sideways with the lollipop on you.
That is disgusting. What the hell do you do in your private life? Your poor wife. Your poor wife. I'm gonna pray for her. Hope she can escape. She's looking like a hostage in these videos. And this is after he made the G-string comment. Look at this. Look at her face. She's like, I just need to get the hell up off this stream.
Into a casino. I love going to casinos, but I'm not.
Of course you have, you degenerate alcoholic gambler.
Not in the stock market to fucking gamble. I'm in it to invest and to make fundamental and financial analysis and get the best odds I can, the lowest entry I can, and then to sell into run-ups to what? Book profits, rinse and repeat.
Exactly.
Tony, weren't you just giving people financial advice to buy and hold? I'm really confused because you were telling people to buy and hold AMC. That's a snake right there. Look him in the eyes, yo. Pathetic, old. Forget it. No, I'm not gonna do it. He's not worth the time. But yeah. So basically, there it is. Tony Denaro, Tony Denaro, Tony Denaro, whatever the hell your name is. Fake me out name too. Um, Telling everybody to buy and hold AMC. Back in the day, you said you do fundamental analysis, you analyze everything, you know how to do this, you're an expert. Okay, so why did you pick AMC? Why? With Adam Aaron on the board, Apollo Global Management, from back 76er CEO that got fired. Um, excuse me, Josh Harris, Apollo Global Management founder. Yeah, owns the 76ers. He brought you along there. You worked as a you worked at Apollo Global Management as well. All of it. It's in your bloodline. And Tony Denaro thought that was a better investment than GameStop. How? You claim to be a professional. You tell everybody to buy and hold AMC and to do your part. You basically coerce all your viewers that were on the fence of AMC to buy it. I have the video right there.
All this diamond hand, these fuckheads on the GameStop channels telling you don't sell as it runs to 80 as you watch a.
Don't call him a fuckhead. Say Marantz Rants. You know who you're talking about. He's the only one I saw that drew that yellow line you're going to talk about, make fun of.
700% run up evaporate in your fingers because they told you to hold it all the way back down. Now you've lost 500% of that. You may or may not get it back in the next 30 days. What do you think? I'd put odds on mediocre. What do you think? I said at the beginning of this year, and people bet me money. I said we'd see $10. Remember that, mediocre?
Mm-hmm.
I said we would see $10 on GameStop this year. Oh, no way. I want to bet you. And I took the bets, and guess who won?
Oh, you did. I remember the bet.
Why did I win? Because I'm doing fundamental analysis, not this fucking hopium diamond ham bullshit.
You mean your own bullshit that you pushed out a couple years ago? I mean, you can analyze Roaring Kitty's DD from 4 years ago, so why don't you analyze your own from like 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Telling everyone to buy and hold. Remember? Where is it? Do your part. Buy and hold the stock. Remember, you have to do your part. Where the hell did I close out of that? Pathetic fool. Maybe I didn't want to see your face anymore. Oh, this is it, right? Hold your shares. Do your part, Tony.
And keep on buying those shares. The stock's only going to go up. The stock's only going to go up with buying pressure. And at least my opinion is if you bought back in February, March, April, May, and you're one of those people sitting tight on shares that cost $3 or $5, or even like when I got in at $9, yes, hold those shares, but we need you to keep on buying also. We need all of the possible shares in the hands of apes. And if you think this squeeze is going to happen, if you really believe, like I do, and I know you do, Scarlett, that this squeeze is going to happen, $30, $35, $38 is a bargain compared to where this thing can go. And sitting back and waiting for someone else to come do the heavy lifting or waiting for a whale to come in and drive the price up, that's just being lazy. So everybody needs to do their part, buy and hold and keep on buying. Actually, why don't you do that while we're waiting for some? And I took the bets, and guess who won? What do you think? I'd put odds on mediocre. Doing fundamental analysis, not this fucking hopium diamond ham bullshit.
Really confused, Tony. You just told people to buy and hold the shares, and it's gonna go up. It's gonna squeeze. And now what? Now you're talking about buying at the bottom every single time, selling every single time, taking bets that GameStop's going to $10 every single time you win, right? You win every single time. You're just like a gambling tout. That's who you are. Telling everybody, "Oh wow, look at us striking 80% of the time." But no, you say 100% of the time, 90% of the time. You're great, Tony. But I mean, your messages are mixed. You're never going to get a mixed message from me. It's buy and hold till the day I die. And I'm going to do this because we're doing it for our family. We're going to build, we're going to stack our account. And when this thing takes off, hey, I know I'm going to have enough shares to just, you know what it is. Tony, you're a fake, you're a phony, and you promote private equity, Apollo Global Management run stocks. This one's for you, Tony.
Well, looks like someone was up late. Yeah, I tend to sleep a little longer when I'm resting under a big furry bear. Oh no, they's doing gay jokes without me.
Shh. It's okay. You're part of it now.